嗨，大家好，欢迎来到每个星期三晚上8点，MyyTalk 美理时事无所不是，我们听见你的声音。Good evening, everybody. Welcome to MyyTalk. We hear your voice and we listen to your voice. Tonight is a very special night. We have our special guest, Bishop Richard Ng, okay, in front of our screen here. Please welcome Bishop.
Thank you for inviting me, Alan.
Yes,
it's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you, Bishop, to accept our invitation, Bishop. At the first of the live interview itself, please, Bishop, allow me to thanks to our business partnership, GOC Good Vision and Cynics Solution Sdn Bhd, and this Shun Shen Lee Rice for sponsor us our production fee. To allow us to move further, bring you different voices. Okay, no further delay, come back to our show. Bishop, thank you very much to accept my invitation one more time. Thank you very much. At the first question, actually, for our tonight interview, Bishop, I would like to ask. Just now, actually, this is a suddenly pop-up question when before the live interview started. I would like to ask Bishop, why Bishop actually at the very first time when I go to the office, Bishop office, and I invite Bishop, why Bishop immediately, don't take a long of consideration, but then you accept the invitation to come into our live show. Actually, you don't know me, right, Bishop?
No.
This? Yes.
First time I met you.
Okay.
But I believe that you run a platform and it's open for everyone. It's for information, and people need to know and learn so that we can live together in harmony, can better understand each other, so that our society is more open and accepting. No? We accept that there are different groups and different religion and different views, different ways of looking at things. So it's good that we have the opportunity to share with others, and then we promote more open society.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Bishop, to agree and support on our goal, our platform. And then when just now Bishop talked about share, I forgot, very sorry, because every time when my interview section in English, a little bit of tension because my English was seriously broken. I forgot to ask and request for our audience here in front of our screen here, please. Okay, when you look at our live show right now, please share this show to your friend, share it at your Facebook platform, share it to your relative, your friend, share it at whatever group inside Facebook, so that was have a lot more people can listen to what we Bishop tell tonight. What is our interview tonight? Thank you very much, and please don't forget, if able, please sponsor us and basking us. Our bank account and our boost link was under the comment link there. Thank you very much. Okay, come back, Bishop. From my study, actually, Bishop was not a local Mirian. Bishop was born in Cochin at year 1966 in a Catholic family.
Yes.
Yes. And Bishop have a younger brother, elder brother,
and a younger sister. Yes.
Oh, okay. Can Bishop please tell us? The younger age of when you in this your childhood.
Yeah, I came from a Catholic family, and we are practicing Catholic, means every Sunday the family goes to church.
Oh, okay.
So I was brought up in a mission school, and so the first principal was a nun in primary school. Then in secondary school, the principal was a religious brother. Oh. And so these people were very dedicated, and they really lived their lives for education, for the students, and for everything. And so I was very attracted to them. Even at a young age, I wanted to follow their example. I wanted to imitate them, because in their life of service, I find that they are very happy and joyful. I think it's a meaningful way to spend my life. So after maybe about Form 4, Form 5, I started to think seriously what I'm going to do, after I finished my school. then I have more or less decided that I want to serve the church. So I, after Form 5, I did my Form 6 and I worked for a while, and then I joined what we call the seminary, and that is the training process to become a priest. That training is 7 years.
In Kuching?
Kuching, yes, Kuching.
Then after the 7 years of the seminary itself, then only we allowed to call yourself as a priest.
No, you have to be accepted by the bishop, then you have to be ordained. So ordination is ceremony is you are given that mandate. It's just like in the monk, they have some ceremony where the monk graduate become a monk. So in the same way, for the priesthood, we have to study first, and then once we are suitable, the bishop will decide, okay, the next step is to ordain you as a priest. So once you are ordained, then you can serve as a priest. So after 7-8 years, I was ordained a priest. And then I was sent to the furthest outstation in the Bekang, that side, to serve in the rural parish for 5 years.
Okay, for 5 years at the rural area. Okay, when just now Bishop telling me about to serve the people, can please Bishop please specify what you mean to serve people? I mean, is it have any that special 特别 rules, like you whatever you can do or what you cannot do, or how you mean to serve the people, to teach them, study them, or tuition them?
In the Catholic Church,
yes.
When we become a priest, the life of a priest is to live and serve the people. So what we do is, first we pray for them, and then we have what we call celebrate the sacraments, the liturgy. So these are the ways that we pray and also provide for the spiritual needs of the people. So every person, we do not only have physical needs, but we also have spiritual needs. So we want to feel connected to God. We want to be able to pray. So all this is part of service. And also, when as a young priest in the rural area, I would travel from longhouse to longhouse, and then bring the good news to them, share with them. And also, there's the other aspect. We also have some collection which we use to help the poor, all this. And also, I would go to the school to teach the children catechism. And I will visit the hospital to pray for the sick and to baptize those who want baptism. If there's a death in the family or someone very sick, I will go and visit to be with them. So all this is considered part of service. And counseling, of course. People come to you with problems, with difficulties, so you listen to them and you try to advise them. So all this is part of the service of a priest.
For the years you in the your service inside the rural area, Bishop, you still remember? Is it that any very bad offense happened when you try to teach them or spread the Catholicism to the rural people? Did it happen?
No, because most of these kampong people, they are very accommodating. They are very kind and very generous. Even though they are poor, they give you what they have. So they are very welcoming. So I find it a great joy. I find it, I already am rewarded by their kindness, by their friendship, by their trust. So even though I walk for 1 week, last time no roads, we have to walk up and down the mountain. So even though it's very hard to reach them, but when I reach them, I see their faces. They're happy to see the priest. So I'm also happy. That makes me fulfilled.
But if I'm not mistaken, Bishop, yes, Bishop was not from a very rich family, but is not. not is still in a town, bishop born in a town, then suddenly that was your first time to go inside in a rural area alone. Okay, is it how to say, like one of Hokkien Nang Kong is 習慣喎, a 習慣喎. Is it used at the early age?
Not really true that this is my first time to go to the kampong, because in the seminary while we are studying for the priesthood, so we get every year we get 4 months to go and work in the rural parishes, so we are already exposed. It's not that after 8 years then they throw you in the water, no. Every year in the seminary, when we are studying, we are already sent here and there, exposed 1 month, 2 months, 3 months practical. So already, I mean, that is good because I can see that this is what I'm going to do in the future. You know, so that is a good encouragement for me, and also I get to learn the language a bit. So that next time when I'm there, I already know a little bit, so it's easier to learn and pick up.
But not every that the local rural citizens, the rural people, they was Catholic and they do hold strong religion, right? If I'm not mistaken, some of them was still
pagans. Yes, there are some, mostly in one like village, maybe there are half of them are Catholic. Then the other half, maybe some are SIB, some are no religion, some are enemies. So yes, we get a mix of that, but it's okay.
And any difficulty? I mean, like the people that they don't hold any strong religion or they don't have religion, they might drink, they might have a lot of celebration.
No, so far I have never encountered any problem with them. Actually, they are all very respectful, and some of them will also want to join. They express their interest, so they want to join. So we have good relationship with everyone.
And then, since when, Bishop, you have you've been appointed as Bishop for this Diocese of Miri?
I was appointed in October 2013. So before that, I was teaching in the seminary. So after I graduated from the seminary, I was sent to the parishes to work. Then I was sent for further studies. Then I came back. I was posted to teach in the seminary. So my specialty is Bible. So I taught in the seminary for 10 years. Then suddenly one day
in Kuching?
Yes, in Kuching. We have a seminary in Kuching.
Did you receive that any spiritual call, I mean, in your life, or is it any special spiritual call before you've been appointed as Bishop of Miri? Do you get any sign, Bishop?
Oh no, actually no, it doesn't work that way.
Sorry, I mean, please forgive me, Bishop.
It's the Pope who appoints. So the Pope in Rome, he will consult his consultants. There's a committee to appoint new bishops, but of course they will consult the ground. They will consult the local church, the leaders, different groups. They will ask them to recommend whom they recommend to be the new bishop. So my name was in there somehow. I didn't know. Anyway, so one day I just got a call from the Pope's representative in KL. We call him the nuncio. He's the ambassador for the Pope to Malaysia. So he just asked me, come and see me. So I went to see him in KL, and he just told me blank like that. The Pope has appointed you to be Bishop of Miri. Do you accept?
Not through phone call. He asked you to go then tell you, I mean,
straight face to face. No introduction. He said, Pope Francis has appointed you as Bishop of Miri. Do you accept or not? Sit down and sign if you accept.
Isn't this what I know? This is called the Catholic Church hierarchy? Is it somehow like that?
Yes, of course. In the Catholic Church, we do have a hierarchy. So the Pope is the head of the Catholic Church, and then he has his council, the cardinals, to advise him the different departments. And in the churches in the world, every church, like the church in Miri, is headed by a bishop. So that's where the bishop stand in relation to the church in Rome. So we are like independent. So in Sarawak, we have the Archbishop of Kuching, the Bishop of Cebu, and the Bishop of Miri. So 3 bishops in Sarawak, 3 bishops in Sabah, and 3 bishops in West Malaysia. So the Catholic Church in Malaysia has 9 bishops. And over 1 million members, over 1 million members.
Okay. And Bishop Richard, do you still remember at that moment when when you're at KL, the appointment, the appointed offer in front of you? I mean, do you took long consideration, or maybe minutes, seconds?
No, I was very frightened. Who will not be frightened? I think the position of a bishop.
You cannot tell words. You just stand there.
No, I say give me some time. I need to pray.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I ask for a bit of time. Yeah, sure. You go to the chapel, you pray and reflect on it. But for me, I cannot say no, because for 10 years I've been teaching my students in the seminary. You have to follow God's will. God's will comes to us also through your superiors. So if I say no to Pope Francis, what will my student think of me? What kind of teacher is this? You teach them to obey, but you yourself don't obey the Pope. So I have to say yes out of obedience, although with a heavy heart, because I know that the position of a bishop is very tough. You oversee the church, and you oversee the priests, and you have to be involved in everything: fundraising, project manager, management, PR, and then you have to look at the spiritual side, all this, and education, because we have Catholic schools. We have so many things to run. So of course it's very frightening. And no, I think nobody in the right state of mind would say yes. But because of faith, I believe that if God has called me, He will provide, give me the strength and the wisdom to serve. So because of that, I say yes. I have to say yes to the Pope. Yeah. So
before the offer, as a bishop
appointment, not offer.
The appointment, sorry. Before the appointment being offered down, before they appoint you bishop, did you ever go to Rome, or after that? Then only you go to Rome, like Vatican.
Oh yeah. Before that, I was studying in Rome for 4 years.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Before you as a teacher at the seminary.
Yes. As a priest.
Okay.
As a priest, I was sent to Rome. I studied there for 4 years. I studied.
Is it that is a must? Must go to Rome?
Not necessary, but usually every priest is given a chance. If you have the opportunity, then you are given the chance to go and study. But not everyone can study, so sometimes we send our priests to the Philippines to do some simple courses and so on. That also happened.
Sorry, Bishop, I have a question. Please forgive me, because I seriously have my knowledge in religion was seriously weak. So it's how is it the church will bear all the costs when you travel to study in Rome, and is it all the priests themselves, they do have pay like salary or income? I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that.
When we are sent for studies, the church provides everything. And so basically, priests and bishops, we don't get a salary. We don't get a salary. We just get an allowance, just pocket money, because everything is provided. Your car, your house, your food, everything is provided. But in return, you give your life to serve the church until you're 75.
What's the difference, Bishop, between a monk and a priest?
Monk and a priest, different religion.
Okay. Then I'm wrong. Sorry. I mean, what's the difference? Like a normal priest, a priest, and a bishop. Is it any different?
Oh, okay. The bishop is the head of the church.
Okay.
So under the bishops, he has priests to help him.
Okay.
So he will appoint the priest. Okay, you look after this church. You look after this church. You look after this area. So as a bishop, I'm in charge of the local church. So I take care of the administration, management, project, the school, the mission schools, all this. I look at the policies and so on. So
Is it in Catholic Church, Bishop? Is it all of the priests and the nun and they are allowed to marry, or is on themselves?
No, in the Catholic Church we have what we call the vow of celibacy. Means our priests, our religious nuns and so on, they don't get married. They get married to God, so they serve God with their whole life. It's not that marriage is no good, no. Marriage is from God, is sacred. It's just that if we are married, we have our own family and children, our attention will be really diverted.
Yes.
Of course, naturally, you want to give your children the best. You want to provide for them the best. But the people in the parish, the Catholics, the Christians, are also your children. That's why they call us father. So as a priest, they call me father. I have thousands of children.
Yes.
So instead of having my own children, having my own family, I serve the people of God. So that's why we don't get married now.
Okay, that is the thing that I always confuse me. I always confuse that when should we call, a priest that a father, while sometimes we call them a REV, and then sometimes we call a bishop like you, bishop. So now I know why we call them as a father, because you took them all of the people like just like your son.
Spiritual father, yes, like a spiritual father. Only in the Catholic Church and the Anglican Church, they are called father. In the other churches like Methodist or SIB, they are called pastors. Yeah, there is a difference. So fathers or priests are ordained. Means there is a ceremony you go through where you publicly express your intention, your commitment to serve God, and the bishop pray over you and confirm that decision. Whereas a pastor, you go to any theological college, you study for 2 years, 3 years, you get a certificate, you are a pastor.
So when we talk about this, the difference between the priests and pastors, bishop, actually, what's the difference between Catholic and other church?
Catholic Church, now if you look at church history, in the first 1,000 years of the church history, there's only one church, and that is the Catholic Church. So we can trace right from the time of Jesus, and then his apostles, Peter as the first head, and subsequently we can trace every pope right up to the present moment. So in the first 1,000 years, there's only one church, and then after that a group separated from the Catholic Church because of property, mostly because of property, and they don't accept the authority of the Pope in Rome. So they set themselves up in Constantinople, in Istanbul, in Turkey. So that's the first split. And we call that the Orthodox Church. They are still Catholic, still Christians, same teaching, everything is the same. Only thing is they don't accept the authority of the Pope, because
like they split them up as another organizations.
Same belief, same practice, everything the same, except they don't accept the Pope as the head. They have their own head, because they want to maintain their own properties. They have a lot of properties, so they don't want to surrender to the Pope. So that's 1000 AD. And then the next split came in about 1000 year 1500, the 16th century, when the English king Henry VIII, he married the first wife. They are all Catholic. Then he wanted to divorce the first wife to marry another wife. Of course, in the Catholic Church, we don't allow divorce. So then the church said, no, you cannot marry another wife because you're already married to your first wife. So the English King Henry, he decided to pull out and make his own church. And so you have
because he want to marry again.
Yes, again, because of personal reason.
Okay.
But to be fair, of course, there were a lot of also abuses in the Catholic Church. The church is not perfect. We are all human beings. So if you look at church history, you find that sometimes a lot of abuses, corruption in the church. The bishops, the popes get so powerful that they are more concerned about material wealth rather than serving the people. So
is it fair, Bishop? Can I say actually the hierarchy of church actually itself is similar to a country management, like a government?
Yeah, the Catholic Church is very well organized. Very well organized. We have very good structures. Over 2,000 years of history, so you can understand how we have evolved and organized ourselves. So then gradually, after Anglican split, then you have other groups that begin to split from the Anglican. So most of these are because of human misunderstanding. They don't agree, or because of some other issues, they split, they form their own church. So that's why we have so many churches today.
But basically, this still believe in the same beliefs.
One
still,
God.
Yes, one God.
Jesus Christ.
Based on the same Bible,
yes,
same
of course.
teaching.
Yes.
Okay, so this is sorry, Bishop. Why I'm asking this? Because as a Mandarin-based people, ordinary people like me, I'm not really good. I'm West Malaysian when I study in ordinary Chinese school. Okay, so we always say that in Mandarin. Like 三位一体啦, like I always have a misunderstanding. I thought Catholic only last time when I'm small, when I'm young, I thought Catholic only pray to Mother Mary.
Oh no,
Mother
no.
Mary. And then Methodist, the Methodists pray to Jesus. I thought that's what I thought. So we don't know. That's why I'm asking Bishop just now, since Bishop is here.
No, all the Christians, that's why we are called Christians. We are followers, disciples of Jesus Christ. So we believe in the same Bible, we believe in the same God, we believe in His Son Jesus. Only thing in the Catholic Church, we honor Mother Mary, the mother of Jesus. We don't worship her, we honor her. And because she is the mother of Jesus, she is closest to Jesus. So we always ask her to pray for us, help us to pray, and answer, get Jesus, your Son, to answer our petition. And because of that, some Christian groups accuse the Catholic Church of worshipping Mary, which is not true. We don't worship Mary. Mary is a human being. Yes, we honor her, respect her as you love your mother, as I love my mother very much. So I have a photograph of my mother in my pocket. So in the same way, I have a picture of Mother Mary in my office. So it's to express our love for our mother.
Then is it, I still want to ask Bishop, is it beside that, just now Bishop mentioned about we honor to, as a Catholic, as a Christian, Catholic Christian honor to Mother Mary, but never worship her. Okay, then is it Catholic Christian worship to God, or we? How to classify here? Is it to God, to Jesus, to spiritual? Okay, is it we worship them? Worship the God, or we honor?
Of course, worship, yes.
Worship, yes.
God is our creator. He made us. We are His children. So out of love and response to God, we believe in God. We thank God for caring for us, for all the blessing. So we believe that this is the way God wants us to worship Him. So through our prayers, through our sacraments, we call it, through our liturgy, our celebrations. You know, the Christian churches have a way of expressing our offering to God.
Yes.
Yeah, through certain, we call it liturgy. Yeah. So yes, we worship God, of course. Yeah? And we worship Jesus because Jesus is the Son of God. But we don't worship Mary because she is the human being.
Now Bishop Richard made me very clear. Very clear about this. Just now at the beginning of the interview, Bishop told me about the school. We have actually right now in Miri, in Diocese of Miri itself, we have how many that school is under Catholic Church care?
We don't have so many. We have 7.
7 is many.
No, not many.
Not many.
If you look at Kuching, they have 100 plus.
Oh.
Cebu also they have quite many. But unfortunately, in Miri we have only 7. So in Miri town we only have 2. One is St. Joseph Primary School. One is SMK St. Joseph Secondary School. So these are the 2 mission schools, means founded by the church.
The whole, all the fund, everything is bear by the church.
Except the salary of the teachers. Except the salary, they are paid by the government.
Because they are still government servants.
Yes, of course. But otherwise, the property, the buildings, everything, the maintenance comes from the church. So the church started this school as service to the people. These 2 are pioneer schools that have been established for 80 over years. When Miri first was a very small town. And then gradually they discover oil and people start to come in. So there was a need for education. So the priest last time was from Europe now. So they started the schools to educate. This is part of our service to society, to educate society, to bring up the level of education. We have 2 schools in Miri town, and outskirts in Limbang we have 2, in Longsan we have 1, Marudi we have 1. Yeah.
I mean, in all these years, Bishop Richard is since 2013 been ordained as a Bishop of Diocese Miri until today is already how many years?
7 years.
7 to 8 years past. Can Bishop Richard tell us your opinion? What is the position right now in this 20th century between Miri government, our state government maybe, between our government and Catholic Church?
Yeah, the church is always at the service of society. The church exists because of the people. If there is no people, there is no need to have church. So our position is always, whatever authority is supported or elected by the people, legally elected, we support, because we are working towards the same good. The church always work for the good of society, to promote peace, justice, freedom of religion, equality, and to raise the level of education and so on for the people. So yes, the church always try to work with all the authorities for the promotion of the basic good. So we have no problem working with any government of the day. The church itself is not political. We cannot attach ourselves to a particular political party. So we support any government of the day for the common good. But we ask our Catholic people, parishioners, they should actively join politics, but not the bishop, not the priest. We stay outside of politics.
Can I ask, just now Bishop Richard said about you encourage the followers to join themselves in politics, in local society life.
Yes.
Why do you think so? Because mostly people, Bishop, sorry, I asked directly, okay, because mostly of people thought that politics was messy, dirty, always hook up with a lot of like misuse power, misleading of power, corruption, a lot of this negative thought.
Yeah,
what Bishop Bishop Richard think about this? Yes.
Unfortunately, because we are human beings, or the politicians, sometimes they get carried away by power or authority or corruption. But if you want to change the system, you have to take part in politics. If you don't take active part in politics, you can complain and complain, but nothing gets done. So if you want to fight for justice, you want to make sure that put an end to corruption and equality for all, then you join politics. That's the platform for you to change. So change is possible. It's possible. We cannot say, oh, forever politics is dirty. It depends on who is there, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I totally agree what Bishop Richard said just now. Even though me myself as a father, I always encourage my son. Even though my elder son was only 12 years old, I start to teaching him to read on newspaper, and then I try to explain with him what we happen every day, daily in our local society. Like what Bishop said just now is, if you want to make a good change, you get yourself in.
Yes, you have to be
or
involved.
else you can't do anything.
Yeah, correct.
Yes, and I still want to ask Bishop about this Catholic church life. Bishop still remember, since 2014, Bishop Richard been ordained as a Bishop of Diocese of Miri. What is the most unforgettable, memorable moments among these years, 8 years?
I think one thing that gave me confidence and a lot of assurance and joy and assurance that I'm doing the right thing is whenever I go and visit the longhouses and so on, people are so very friendly and supportive. So people are always very supportive. They appreciate what we try to do for them. And so it's the joy that you can see in the faces. And I try to visit every longhouse or every parish. I wouldn't say longhouse, every parish twice a year. So in the Diocese of Miri, we have about 15, 16 parishes. And each parish can have 80 or 50 to 80 longhouses under them.
Means that Bishop Richard, you've been all of them?
The parishes, yes, but not to every longhouse. We have over 500 longhouses. So in these 7-8 years, I've been traveling, but lately cannot. But otherwise,
not for these 2 years. Yes.
Otherwise, every weekend I'll be traveling and visiting the parishes, visiting the people. Usually it's one night. Saturday I go, Sunday I come back. If it's further away, Saturday I go, Monday I come back.
Oh.
I spend
so
2
you've
nights.
been my wife, Kampong,
yes,
Long
Panai, yes.
Oh.
That is very near. That's considered Middle Baram. You should go to Ulu Baram.
Bishop Richard, you are more familiar than me.
Yeah, so I think for me, my greatest joy and satisfaction is to be able to visit the people and find that at least we try to respond to their need, that we see that somebody care for them, the church care for them, and try to help them whatever ways that we can. So I think the people, it is my greatest joy.
But now, Bishop, unfortunately, since the end of year 2019, the COVID struck the whole world. Everything changed, Bishop. We cannot go out frequently, even though. Bishop still remember what is the first action, the first decision that Catholic Church do? At the early year of 2020, since our first lockdown in Miri. the first lockdown, the first lockdown at year 2020, March last year, means that totally lockdown. I do believe our audience still remember totally lockdown. No any economic activities, no prayers, nothing. Nobody allowed to go out. So at that moment, what is the first action response that Catholic Church took?
Yeah, the first thing that we do was to set up our online streaming service.
Struggle? Is it difficult?
Online, not very difficult because our church is big and we have many members, and so some are very good. Young people are very good in this technology.
They have the talent.
Yeah, they set up the cameras, everything. So in no time, we are online. So every day we celebrate what we call the Mass. We conduct prayers. And even singing is all pre-recorded and they join together to form the choir. So we provide this service. And then later on, as the lockdown increased, then we have to continue our life. So we also continue using the online platform, instruction, teaching, meeting through Zoom and so on. So that's one way where the church try to continue as normal as possible because people cannot come to church, so we must go to them.
Actually, every morning we do have prayers, right?
Yes, yes.
Every morning. So all this while since last year until today, our church here never stopped do all this, but just change different forms. Is it this what?
Yes, correct. Change to our online platform. Yes, so every morning we have prayers, we have Mass, and then Sunday we have more because different languages, different groups. You know, in our churches we have at least 1,000, 1,500. Sometimes if the church is big, we have 2,500 people coming. To every Sunday to worship.
At the Saint Joseph.
Saint Joseph, you have Mater Dei, big church.
Mater Dei is at the Lotong there, isn't it?
Then you have Taman Tungku, Saint Dominic, another big church. Then we have smaller churches here, Kamalai and Permai. So we are talking about thousands of people who come to worship every Sunday. Then suddenly all this stop.
Yes.
So we have to provide online live streaming. The priest and a few volunteers would celebrate the Mass in the church, live streaming, so that people can follow.
How about the baptism, Bishop?
Baptism, in between, there was some green period in Miri. I think was September, October,
last year,
end of last year.
Yeah.
So we will manage to baptize quite a lot. And during those 3 or 4 months, I went traveling every weekend. I also help out, clear the backlog. Confirmation, we have confirmation. So, and then marriages also, we bless a lot of marriages. But unfortunately now we can't.
And just now when we're talking about this baptism, Bishop, can please tell me more? I mean, teach me more, please. Is it the baptism is a step? Is it because I realize like other religion, even though like yes, Buddhist, but Buddhist this baptism is very unique, very unique. Okay, so can Bishop please tell us more what is the meaning behind and what is the is it necessary as a Christian?
Baptism is like you join the church and the church officially accept you as a member. So, but before baptism you have preparation, you have to study, you have to learn. So in the Catholic Church, we have 1 year. It's a 1 year period where you study, you learn. Every week there is class. You come together as a group, and then there is someone facilitator to lead the group. Every week there is topic, different topic. So we have a whole syllabus to cover. So only when you finish the study, and then you have to follow certain rites, certain steps. And then finally, when everything is ready, then you'll be baptized. So baptism is itself is the final act of officially you are now a member of the church, you are born again, you become a son of God, you become a daughter of God, you become a full member of the church. I believe every Christian, they have baptism. That's something that unites us together.
Then I see some of the parents, they bring their newborn babies to
baptize
them. But the newborn baby cannot learn, they don't know at all, right? Is it, is it normal like this, Bishop? Because just now Bishop talked about when we have like
adult now.
Yes.
For adult, adult baptism means when after people grow up, then they decide they want to be a Christian, so they follow the course, then they are baptized. But for children, the parents are baptized. The parents decide for the children. I want my child to be baptized. So they bring them to the church for baptism as babies. And when they are older, the parents have to send them to Sunday school. Then they start to learn the catechism about the faith and so on. So it's a process now.
Then after they grow up, after they complete their lesson, the catechism, do they need to baptize again?
No. If they are baptized as infants, so when they reach schooling age, like 7, then there's primary 1, so we have catechism class, Sunday school for primary 1, primary 2, primary 3, primary 4, it moves up to Form 5. And certain times they will receive other sacraments like communion, they'll be confirmed and so on. And it's a whole life. So when they get married in church. And then when they die, we bury them in church. So the church looks after them from the cradle to the grave.
No wonder.
Provides that service.
Bishop Richard said that, to accept the ordinance as a bishop was a very huge decision. Now I realize a bit.
Even for the priest also, the bishop has more responsibility.
Do you still remember, Bishop, when you're at your young age? Just now you said, we reverse a bit, go back to Bishop Richard young age. You study at the school there.
Mission school.
The mission school. Then at your Form 4 or Form 5, you have an idea when you think seriously about your future. You decided to serve the people. For your future whole life. Is it any special experience that trigger your decision at that moment? Or no, slowly like ban, you get influenced by all the good serving the good people surrounding you, or is it something suddenly strike in?
No, I did not get a phone call from God saying, I want you to be a priest. Or I did not have lightning strike me and say, I want you to serve the church. No, it's a gradual process. Gradual process because in the school I'm active in many things, and I continue to sing in the choir in the church. So it's a process that slowly you begin to think more and more about what you want to do with your life, and I think that serving the church is not bad. This is the life for me. So then the conviction slowly start to become stronger and stronger. So until after I worked for a while, then I decided to enter the seminary.
You see, Bishop Richard, why I'm asking this, because I do believe like Bishop Richard being convicted, of the circumstances, the people surrounding you, the society, right? But nowadays, you see, since this COVID pandemic strike us, everything, we keep social distance, even though right now, we have 1 meter distance, and the church cannot hold the prayers every time, not the physical prayers, only change the form to online. Yes, we still meet the followers, but not physically. Is it this will, how I said, is it affect the rules of church today?
Definitely this will affect the church to some extent. So people follow online means they can sleep until 5 minutes before they wake up, and then they watch TV.
As long as my mobile is still on, or my smart TV is still on, then the numbers count me in. So I can go, do other activity, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, people get used to it, so maybe they become what we call lazy.
Yes. So
relax
what
at home. Yeah, I think the church is affected, and when eventually the church reopen, I think a certain percentage will stop coming to church. But that is not the end of the church. The church has been around for 2,000 years. COVID-19 is not going to make any big difference. But yes, humanly speaking, there will be some people who stop coming to church, that's for sure. Because they prefer to watch TV in their home. No need to come to church, so hot they complain.
Yes. So what do you think by yourself, Bishop? What is your suggest, and what your planning in the to handle this pandemic? Is it any special plans to encourage people to come back to the religion?
Yeah, first of course we have to pray. We pray to God for the end of this pandemic. We must pray every day, ask God to help. And then we also encourage people to go for vaccination. So we believe that God has provided the cure through science, through scientists and medical doctors. So encourage people to go for the vaccination. It gives us a better chance of being, even if we are affected, at least we get healed faster, and it's not as serious. So this is what I have in mind, try to promote vaccination. Hopefully when the majority of people are vaccinated, the churches can reopen. And once the churches reopen, of course we have to work hard to encourage the people to come back. And it's not just a church, we also do house visit. We do a lot of hospital visit, house visit, home, and so on. We also have sisters who do help us do the house visitation and so on. We have also what we call catechists, our lay people, the staff. They also help us. So we have to reach out.
When just now Bishop Richard said about, we have to work hard. Beside that, we visit people through door to door.
Yeah.
What else do Bishop Richard and or the church itself do have any that further solid plan that encourage people, or maybe not say encourage people, to grow the church in this special new norm, we call it. Now, not everybody talk about new normal. Seriously, I don't know what is all this new norm. I don't know.
1 meter apart and then wearing face mask. I'm sure this will go on for some time, and the churches cannot be too crowded, I'm sure. So we have to get used to that. We have to reorganize our schedule. So we cannot have too many people at one time. So we have to stagger, we have to register. So I believe all this will come eventually. There's the new way of doing things. And still we need to provide online platform alternative, because some people who are sick and elderly, their immunity is low. So they are afraid to come.
So means that, Bishop, you suggest that even though the later on when people get mostly of the people get vaccination, the online platform, online studies still have to be carried on.
Yes, I think so. And actually, the online platform is a great blessing. It's a technology. So I use it to teach Bible class. I have students from all over, West Malaysia, Singapore, Kuching, Miri, Sabah. So you don't have to be in Miri to physically attend the class. You can attend wherever you are, as long as we send you the link. So yes, the online platform is definitely a great blessing, but of course there are limitations. As in online platform, sometimes we can't listen well, sometimes we don't pay attention, sometimes the dog barking or children make noise, we are distracted. But at least that's the best that we can do, maintain the online presence.
Since Bishop, since last year 2019, the first strike of this COVID-19 until today, actually our country, Malaysia, we stated more than 400,000 of positive cases until today. The number I state down is ends up today report from our government, and for our Sarawak state itself, we stated more than 29,000 of positive COVID cases. Okay. What Bishop think about this? How to stop this, Bishop? I mean, you see, especially this nearly 1 and 2 months, the case increase like xiao liao. I mean, every day keep increase. What this could happen, or how to stop this?
I think we follow the advice of the medical expert. No? So very basic is do not go to crowded places, don't gather in a big group, and when you go out you have to wear masks, social distancing, and then wash your hands, personal hygiene, all this. I think these are simple steps, but there are effective steps to cut down the risk of infection. So everyone has to cooperate and know the danger. The danger is very real.
I actually, Bishop, I have just few last question, Bishop. Sorry, I know time flies. Okay, I read a lot of comments and articles from the books, from the internet itself, say that actually nowadays 20th century going to 21st century, okay, is I don't know how to say it in English, but in Chinese they call it like a messy era, like a 末法时代, like have no rules, no religion. People minds get like not under control. A lot of doing like a lot of depression, a lot of psychology problem. Even though attitude, a lot of negative attitude. All these bad things happen. I mean, because of people mindset. Like nowadays people like hardly to control themselves. What do you think, Bishop? Is it the whole environment in the whole wide world, okay, cause this, or because of the influence of the religious? I mean, not Catholic. I mean, all religious. Is it the influence of the religious getting weak? Or because of this pandemic of virus, or because of the influence of the internet itself make people crazy?
Yeah, I think this is mass media. Mass media is they zoom in on the sensational. They zoom in on things that people like to see, bad news, all this sensational news. But what is not seen or read or heard by the people, the millions of people who are continuing their daily lives, who are trying to lead good lives, be responsible, try a little bit of kindness to help others, visit the old people, the lonely, and so on. All these are not reported because this type of news they don't sell. Mass media, they only sell the very bad news, the accident or shooting or violence. So I think we have to be balanced when we read mass media. We know that these are sensational type of news are always promoted, but the majority of people are still good. People are still good.
So, Bishop, you think that is not because of the drop, I mean the fall of the religious? No.
I don't think so. I mean, people are basically religious. Even you say you are a free thinker, but you have respect for religion. You have respect for those
who really respect.
Yeah. So you see, there's the inside us we are basically good. and we try to do the right thing. We have the conscience, no? Everyone has a 良心, conscience to tell us what is the right thing to do. Automatically we know, and we try our best to follow, right? So basically people are good. People are good. They try their best. So that's how I see it.
Is it just because of we being influenced of to a lot of like information from the mass media?
Yeah, that's why we have to be very careful. What are the media that we read? If it's just
what is your suggestion, Bishop? give our audience some suggestions.
Now try to be balanced. You know, you read something sensational or bad news, but that's only one small bit. Most of the majority of the news are not reported because nobody is interested. If you go and help a blind man cross the road, nobody is interested. But if you read a news about somebody gangster beating out, then you are interested.
Yes.
So it's the manipulation of the media. So we have to be balanced. You must know that the media will want to play up certain bad news because they have self-interest. They want to get as many viewers as possible. But basically, we have to believe that people are good. People are good. There are still many good people around, honest. They try their best to love and to help one another. So I think be positive. Be positive.
So basically, can I mean, make a small conclusion, say that Bishop, you are not like 不反对, 没有反对 that people I mean go into this social media, mass media, whatever media is okay, but just need to be careful and get a good balance in it. Is it like
yes,
that?
yes. Mass media is good because instantly you can get instant news. You are connected to everywhere.
Yes, the whole wide world.
Yeah, our source of information is increased tremendously, but we have to be careful because many of the news may not be true.
Is it okay? One more last question, Bishop. Since you are here, I don't know, Bishop, whether is it know well about all this nowadays the new in Mandarin we call it like 网红, this influencer. Very famous influencer, a lot. Mostly they actually in West country, okay, they do have a lot influencer from the internet, the YouTuber, okay. What is your point of view about all this nowadays the new influencer, Bishop?
I don't follow, but I know some of them earn a lot of money.
Yes, they do have a lot of engagement by doing like a prank, by create I'm sorry to say like zero value video clips, but some of them just showing their nudity bodies, and some of them just doing a very bad taste prank. Not really valuable.
Yeah, so I mean, if they are not, we see there is no real value, then no need to click on and watch, you know. So just ignore them.
but they do have a lot of very high engagement. Means that, Bishop, I mean, a lot of our young generation, our next generation, been I mean influenced by them and then follow the flow. That is the a big how to say big 大方向, like everybody keep doing this thing. Me myself is I mean, I'm quite worried. I don't know how about Bishop Richard.
Yeah, especially the young people. We have to educate our young people. We have to tell them that life is not so you know, as you see in the movie or see in the YouTube, it's not like that. Life is mostly hard work and sacrifice. So we have to teach them, every family has to teach their children the core values, respect, sacrifice, humility, love, forgiveness, all this. I think this is what the church teach. I think this is what all religion teach, even Islam, Buddhism, Taoism. They teach people compassion and kindness. Yeah. So I think this is what we need to also teach our children. that there is more to life than just sensational and YouTuber or influencer or having good life or every day. No, that's not the reality.
Yes.
That's not the reality. The real world is very, very different, where you have to work hard, where you sometimes you get slapped in the face, but never mind. Where you are not appreciated, sometimes you get taken advantage of. What do? You get angry, you retaliate, you take revenge, or you try to move on, forgive, and just move on. Yeah, so I think we need to teach our children.
Okay, before we roll up the interview for tonight, Bishop, do you have any special special thing or special like 有什么爱欢呼 anything 你要交代 to the audience or any special message you wish to send to the audience?
Well, I like to ask that everyone cooperate by being registering for the vaccination.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So,
and I did register for my parents.
Yes, and register for the vaccination and wait for your turn and get vaccinated. We have to work together to overcome this real crisis that we are in. It's not just us, the whole world is in a big crisis, so everyone must do their part. And remember to keep the distance and wear masks and personal hygiene. So I think that is most immediate because it's affecting all our, not just our livelihood, turn our life upside down, the whole world.
my entire life, I mean for around 40 years, totally changed.
Yeah, true.
My kids for a year never go to school, Bishop.
Yeah. So it's terrible. It affects them more than we imagine. Children.
Yes, but I mean nothing we can do. Let's stay strong and we fight together to overcome this crisis. Okay. Thank you very much, Bishop. Thank you very much
Alan.
tonight to share more than an hour inside our interview with us. I hope we'll see you very soon again, and I also wish that this crisis will over very soon and Bishop can meet everybody, our audience, in front of the scenes inside the church, face to face, physically. We hope this may come very soon.
Yeah, okay? We pray that it will be so.
That's all for tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alan.
Thank you, Bishop.
Thank you.